Hi, I'm Chris. I'm in Utah, and I'm super excited to talk to you today for our Wellness Wednesday. And I know it's not December 1st yet. We still have, let's see, 12 hours till it's December 1st. But I just wanted you to know that I am getting in the spirit. And since we are going to be talking about feet today, I just wanted to, share my little Elfie costume with you. It's pretty cute. So anyway, I know that it's fun to be silly, and I like to have fun. So ready to talk about this, and super excited because I just got through putting some essential oils on the bottom of my feet. And actually, studies have shown that traces of essential oils throughout the whole body penetrate and get in there 20 minutes after application on the feet. So it is a really, really great way to give self-care and to also to be able to receive the benefits of essential oils. So the soles of our feet have much larger pores and no glands, which allows essential oils to be absorbed directly and quickly into the bloodstream. So that's really important. And let's see, there's also, the feet have over 72,000 nerve endings and are said to be associated with our bodily organs and systems. So if you are familiar at all with reflexology, there are different parts of your feet, and I don't know all of them. I know a couple right off. I know on the arch of your left foot is your stomach. So if you have stomach problems, or I know if you have candida, that part of your foot usually itches. So that's one. Another one I know, I have a chart. I could look at my chart and tell you, but if you look up reflexology chart, it will tell you the different areas. And I also have another little post that I can put about different oils to put in different places. But I want to talk to you today about my favorite, what I use regularly, how I use them, and why, and how you can also do this too. So let's see. Okay, so first you have to make this a self-care, you have to have kind of a place that you sit and put your socks on. Okay, so if you don't wear socks, that's fine too. But if I put oils on, I usually like to put socks on so that the oils stay on my feet a little longer. So, okay, so I have a place in my bathroom where I have a chair, and then right on the edge of the bathtub, I place my oils there that I like to use. And what I typically use is either the fractionated coconut oil in a squirt bottle, or I also use this. This is called a Yarrow Palm Body Renewal Serum, and I have that there. And just to remember to use it, I have it sitting there. So one of those I have sitting there also. And what I do is I just take a little squirt, and this is just starting to come out. Okay, so, okay, this is so much fun. Okay, so I just put a little bit in the palm of my hand, and this one's not cooperating for me. Oh, there we go. Just patience. Okay, so I put a little bit in the palm of my hand like that. And then what I do is I take the essential oil, and actually I can take the lid off with one hand if I forget to take it off first. And I put a couple drops in. Two usually come out. And this happens to be basil. And this is a particular amazing essential oil. You can also use it in cooking or take it internally. It has the supplemental facts, and this is how doTERRA operates and does their essential oils, is they make it a high enough grade so that you can take it internally, that it's safe topically. If you can, when you can take it internally, just look, and if it says supplemental facts, that means you can take it internally. So Okay, so I have this here. I take it like that and I rub it on my feet. Okay. And I also like to put it on my ankles because that's where the female organs are, is on your ankles. But I just love to use that. And when I have extra, especially with basil, because for me, I use it for energy and for adrenals, for adrenal support. And it's for so many other things, but that's what I have in mind to use it for. And then I take what's left and I love to inhale it. And I like to just take a couple of the drops. I mean, you might even do this first before you add the fractionated coconut oil and just inhale it, because basil, the sweet basil that doTERRA gives us, is particularly um, applicable and beneficial to the body. And so I take it and then I wipe it along the back, my lower back, because that's where your adrenals are. And anyway, I'm in love with doing this for myself. So now I have this on my hand, but I think I should put it on my lower back at least, because I mean, I have to make use of it, right? Okay, so there we go. So I just rub that kind of on the top of my hips there. Okay, all done. Okay, and then I, especially basil, I love to inhale, and I do it like about 10 times. And it actually kind of gives me a tiny bit of a nose burn, which um, reminds me of what's it called? Horseradish. I like the horseradish, but it's not as strong as that. So with basil, it energizes your adrenals, and it also renews mental fatigue. It's also good for occasional ear discomfort. So I would put it along here, or maybe put it on a cotton ball with a little coconut oil, because you don't want something too strong on that sensitive skin, and put them in there. It's also good for nausea and cramping, for digestion and detoxifying, also for muscle spasms. So that would be topical. And it's called the oil of renewal and vigor. And this is just a great one to use right now. It's super great for self-care. It's the ideas of it is when you feel unforgiving, drained, exhausted, or overwhelmed, self-limiting, then this oil is the oil of renewal and of new vigor. It helps you to feel clean, fresh, renewed, rejuvenated, rested, youthful, clarity, forgiveness, and tolerance of self and others. Okay, so I mean, this is just a great one that I absolutely love. But that is not all that I wanted to talk to you about, because there are several others. And I just want you to know this one, it's also available in touch, and that means that it's combined with coconut oil. And it's copaíba. This comes from Brazil, and it actually amplifies other oils. So sometimes I put a drop of this with it. And but it is an amazing oil for nerves and skin, and this is a great one to combine. So if I'm talking about layering, and you can layer on your spine also, which is a really good place, and then also layer on your feet. But if you were to layer, I would start out with one that is the grounding blend. It's called Balance, and it oxygenates the skin. It is a beautiful blend that is very calming. It's also good for brain fog, but I would start with Balance, and then I would maybe use basil, or another one that I like to use is geranium. And let's see a little bit more what geranium is about. And I'm just typing in my Google geranium doTERRA and looking at images, and it tells me that geranium is the oil of love and trust. So this is a really great one. It's for I like the smell. I like it on my feet. I know that it's It's hormone balancing. It helps your skin with cuts and wounds, but it's also good for your organs. So you've got liver, gallbladder, pancreas, kidney, and urinary support. Um, anyway, this is also a great oil for skin and hair, but we're talking about feet here. So I would use it. It helps us to feel trusting, forgiving, kind, tolerant, accepting, confident, and loving. So geranium is an amazing essential oil too, and I would maybe use a couple drops. I'd use maybe a little bit of a carrier oil, a couple of drops of the geranium, and then maybe a drop of the copaiba if you have that. Okay, so also if your feet are aching, there's coriander is really good for arthritis, and you could use that. Even putting it on your hands is amazing. And then another one is Aroma Touch. This is a blend that I believe it has coriander in it. Anyway, this is an amazing one, this Aroma Touch. And I love using it. But let's say you have cold feet all the time, or you're starting to feel sick. Black pepper is amazing. It comes in a little tiny bottle like this, but that's great to warm up your feet. And also, let's see, black pepper. If ever you, when you're layering, the last oil that you use to layer, and this goes for the spine and feet, is peppermint, because peppermint drives the other oils in. But I mean, they have so many uses. If you have a fever, put peppermint on the bottom of your feet. And what I actually like to do is invite you to, if you don't have a starter kit, to get a starter kit so that you have these oils at your access and you get them the same price that I do. I love to educate about them. I want to keep this short, but usually one Monday a month, we get together on a Zoom and we have questions and answers, and I give more recipes. We call this our oil club. And I have a recipe for soft and subtle feet, cracked heels, and I'd like to share that with you. I'll be sharing that Monday. And this Monday, I think it's December 7th. Anyway, and then I have an athlete's foot spray, one that I have used on my feet, and I have to admit this story, and it's when I was very, very first starting with essential oils over 12 years ago. And I was going to an overnight with some young women, and maybe you've heard this story before, but I knew I'd be up all night, having fun with the young women, and I was starting to feel sick, and I did not want to get sick. And so this is a really important point to remember about essential oils, is that use a little often. So that means 1 or 2 drops every 2 to 3 hours if you're chronic, okay? So I took oregano, which I have since made friends with, but I was trying to make fast friends then, and I put about 10 drops on each foot. And I mean, it was my feet, so I was okay, but just know that oregano is a hot oil, and there are very few of them that are hot oils. But clove and cinnamon and oregano. But anyway, so I had these hot feet, and I'm like, oh my word, what am I going to do? Because if you wash them off, it just intensifies it. You need to use another oil, like a carrier oil, to calm it down. So I put my socks on, put my tennis shoes on, and believe me, my feet were warm. So if you want warm feet, just try a couple drops of oregano. But I went around all night, and I smelled like pizza, and everybody's like, what's that smell? Is there pizza? And I did not get sick. I did not get sick. And I had a great night, but I learned a great respect for oregano. And oregano is another one that is good for so many things. And maybe we'll have to have a session just about oregano, but it's one of the top 10. And that is how I like you to start, is those that are the most valuable, the most used in a starter kit is with top 10 essential oils. And I'm happy to share that with you at another time. But I do want to encourage you to find a place to put your oil and your carrier oil. Pick a couple oils that you would like to give yourself self-care. Where you put your socks on in the morning is a good place. And take a couple oils, set them there, have them ready to go. And I want to hear how this helps you, how you like this. And I know I have had many responses because I asked, which oils do you use for your self-care and on the bottom of your feet? Because there's some that are great before you go to sleep at night. If you don't do it in the morning, you can do it at sleep at night. And I'm sure you could look on there and see, but there is some that were some really good ideas. And let's see. Okay, so cedar wood, yeah, that is a really good one, Dorta. It helps you go to sleep and stay asleep. And yes, another one is vetiver. It calms the thoughts, so put it on your big toe. That's a really good hint about that. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna look at some of these. They're really good. Anyway, they're not coming up for me, but you can check them out and see what people have said and what they use. Lavender is a great one for calming and going to sleep. But don't forget your feet. I mean, they're an amazing place to put essential oils with 72,000 nerve endings. That is totally amazing and a great way to get them into your body. So I appreciate you listening today. If I can help you, if you have any questions, I usually do 3 wellness consults a week, and I have a place that you can make an appointment to do that. I do the 3 free, and anyway, I love this season, but it's also important to do self-care, and it only takes a few minutes. So thanks for being on, and I'll look forward to seeing you at next Wellness Wednesday. But if you'd like to join us for our oil club, where we get more information in detail, and we're also doing a challenge there where you can win prizes, would love to have you be part of that. So have a great Wednesday, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.